Greetings, people who are kind enough to take this presentation with a grammatical grain of salt. So the question is, does my intriguing new innovation, the condition phrase, have anything to do with the concept of the noun complement? Well, let's take a look. I decided that if I were going to publish my ideas, I would stick with 6 base forms of noun complement. I talked about this many times in my series of videos on the noun complement. So let's just go with 6 for now. And under the form noun, I have 4 applications. And under the form adjective, I have 2. But for the noun, I actually could have 1 or 2 more, but I held it at this number for now, because this will suffice for our presentation, okay? So I took the old absolute phrase, because it has a really crappy name, got rid of it, and I called the phrase the condition phrase. It's a much, much better name. A condition phrase is an elliptical synthetic word phrase that describes the condition that exists during the action of the genuine clause. All right, you have a genuine clause here, and you have your condition phrase, and you have 3 different levels. All right, so when you get to your last level, the elliptical, you see that the condition phrase does nothing more than describe the condition that exists during the action of this clause here. The prisoners easily escaped. Well, what was the condition? What was the exact condition going on? Well, the guards were stoned and drunk. So a condition phrase can contain subject complements. Therefore, as subject complements are actually noun complements, the condition phrase could be said to be a noun complement carrier. That's a thing I created, and you'll find that in my other videos. So basically, what I'm saying is, with this newly remodeled phrase, all right, used to be absolute, now it's called the condition phrase, there's an element of noun complement within, okay? And we're going to find out exactly where to find it and what it is. Now here's a sample sentence at the synthetic level, okay? The guards, having been stoned and drunk. In the above example, at the synthetic level, on the predicate side, we have the participle phrase having been, and we have 2 past participles functioning as adjectives. Those adjectives are functioning as subject complements, or you might call them predicate adjectives, both of which qualify as noun complements. So you see here that these are past participles, but this is the actual participle that qualifies this structure as a condition phrase. Now, I want to apologize here while I'm at it, because in my last video or 2, I used the participle being, the word being, because I couldn't fit having been, the full phrase, on the line without having my material run off the page. So the guards having been stoned and drunk is correct at the synthetic level, all right? Now what you see here is an example of noun complement, base form 6, application 1. That's what you have here. And that states that an adjective complements a common noun, right? That's base form 6, application 1. So at the genuine level, the very original level of thought, let's say you have a phrase, blue book, all right? That's a direct complementation. Blue book, blue directly complements book. The adjective blue is contiguous. It sits beside the word book, all right? The adjective blue is cataphoric. It complements in the forward direction. So here we have an example of direct complementation. Very simple. Now here's another example on the elliptical level. The guards, stoned and drunk. Okay, remember we got that up here. This is an example of an indirect complementation. In other words, the adjectives stoned and drunk are contiguous, all right? They're beside each other. The adjectives stoned and drunk are anaphoric. They complement backwards, all right? But the thing here is we're at the elliptical level. So when I say indirect, what I mean is we went from the genuine level in the mind to the synthetic, and then finally the last level, the elliptical. So you see we're at the elliptical third level, so this would be considered indirect complementation. Right? That's how I see it in my grammar system. I try to look at grammatical structures not just as you see them, what you see is what you get. I try to look at them as how the mind has created them. All right? The next example, the guards having been chumps. All right, like pushovers, fools. So here's the synthetic level. In the above example, at the synthetic level, on the predicate side, we have the participle phrase having been, just like before, and we have one noun. The noun is functioning as a subject complement, or you could call it a predicate noun, which qualifies as a noun complement. So you have your one noun, you have your participle, right? And here's your head noun. So here we have an example of noun complement base form 5, application 1. And that states that a common noun complements a common noun. So if we take on the genuine level, let's say the level of original thought, let's say we have a phrase dog park, all right? That's a direct complementation. In other words, the noun dog is contiguous. It sits beside the word park. The noun dog is cataphoric. It complements forward, right? But the key thing is here, on the genuine level, it's a direct form of complementation because there's no other process that came before this. It was simply, I took my dog to the dog park. It's straightforward, genuine, original. Now down here we see we're on the elliptical level. In other words, we've gone through the genuine and synthetic levels to get to the elliptical, and the elliptical would read, the guards chumps. Now that's an indirect form of complementation because again, we have gone through 2 levels to get to this. And ultimately we see the noun chumps is contiguous. It sits beside the word guards. The noun chumps is anaphoric. It complements backward. So compare this to the first example and you see we have a slightly different form here. Okay, next we have another example. The guards having been without a clue. In the above example, at the synthetic level, on the predicate side, all right, we have the participle phrase having been, and we have one prepositional phrase functioning as an adjective. That's right here. The adjective is functioning as a subject complement, or you might call it a predicate adjective, which qualifies as a noun complement. So you see here, with this example, we have yet another noun complement base form, and that's number 1, prepositional phrase. So on the elliptic level, the third level, you'll see the guards without a clue. The prepositional phrase without a clue is contiguous. These are right beside each other. The prepositional phrase without a clue is anaphoric. It complements backward. So now you see that with this example, and this example, and this example, you see that there is an element of noun complement inherent in the condition phrase, which used to be called absolute phrase. It's a horrible name. I got rid of it. I don't want anybody using it anymore. So you see, you start out on the genuine level, the original thought level, the brain's original thought idea. The guards were stoned and drunk, period. The prisoners easily escaped. So here on the genuine level, you have 2 genuine clauses. I call independent clauses genuine. All right. Now here's a synthetic structure. The guards having been stoned and drunk, the prisoners easily escaped. So you still have your genuine clause here, but over here we're at the synthetic level now. So you see this phrase here cannot stand alone. And it's now officially a condition phrase. It went from 2 complete genuine clauses to 1 synthetic clause. It's synthetic. It can't stand alone. It's a condition phrase. I hope I said that right. And then here's your genuine clause. Now here's your condition phrase here. It's elliptical. These words have been omitted. There's an omission, so it's elliptical. It's your third level. The guards, stoned and drunk, comma, the prisoners easily escaped. So you have your genuine clause here, and you have your condition phrase here. And I hope I'm speaking correctly, but this is your condition phrase. It's your third and last level elliptical, and that's just about it. So I hope that made some kind of sense. I'll elaborate on this further in the future, and hope it catches on, and I hope someday to see this in grammar books. Thank you, and good night.